Welcome back to the Learning Studio, where we explore the laws that govern our societies, and now, even the stars. In today's episode, we leave Earth behind to enter a legal frontier that's as vast as the universe itself, space law. As private companies launch rockets, countries race to the moon and Mars, and satellites fill the sky, space is no longer lawless. Can a country claim the moon as its territory? Who's responsible if a satellite crashes into a space station? And can private companies own asteroids? The answers lie in space law, a growing body of international agreements and national regulations governing what we can and cannot do beyond Earth. What is space law? Space law is the set of legal principles and treaties that govern outer space activities. It covers peaceful use of space, ownership and resource rights, satellite regulation and orbital debris, astronaut safety and liability, planetary protection and space mining. In essence, it's about ensuring that space remains safe, cooperative, and free from conflict. Key treaties and principles. The Outer Space Treaty, 1967. The foundation of space law, declares space as the province of all mankind, forbids placing weapons of mass destruction in orbit, prohibits national sovereignty over celestial bodies. Moon Agreement, 1979, suggests lunar resources belong to all humanity, though few major space powers have signed it. Liability Convention, 1972, states are responsible for damage caused by their space objects. Registration Convention, 1976, requires countries to register all space objects launched. These agreements guide how countries and companies operate beyond Earth, but new laws are needed as space becomes more commercial. Modern developments and challenges. Private spaceflight, companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and others are leading the charge. Space mining. The US, Luxembourg, and others have passed national laws granting private rights to space resources. Militarization of space. Growing concern over space-based weapons and military satellites. Space debris. Thousands of objects in orbit threaten spacecraft safety. As technology evolves, space law must keep up, ethically, legally, and globally. Case study Artemis Accords, 2020. Led by NASA, the Artemis Accords are a set of agreements between countries involved in future moon missions. They promote peaceful exploration, transparency, and resource sharing, but critics say they may favor powerful nations over global cooperation. This shows that space law is still being written, and who writes it matters. Why space law matters to you? It's not just for astronauts. It affects your GPS, communications, and weather satellites. It determines how humanity expands beyond Earth. It sets ethical boundaries for AI in space, planetary colonization, and more. And it raises the biggest legal question of all. What kind of laws will guide us when we become an interplanetary species? Special message to our viewers. This marks the final episode of our Law Series playlist here on the Learning Studio. We've explored 32 essential areas of law, each one shaping our world in profound ways. But we're not stopping here. In just a few days, we'll begin the next phase, a deep dive into each of these 32 legal topics, breaking them down with wider context, real-world cases, expert-level insights, and practical tools. Whether you're studying law, preparing for a career, or just driven by curiosity, you'll walk away with mastery, confidence, and clarity. So stay tuned. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and get ready to go deeper than ever before. This is the Learning Studio, and you've just completed the Law Series, where knowledge becomes power and law becomes life.